been waiting for this for about 3 years now, and I'm more excited than you know that this day is finally here. I know I'm not real good at showing emotions, but I can promise you I'm overjoyed that this day is finally here. I've been waiting for this ever since the day I met you.
I am so head over heels in love with you, Joey. I am so ecstatic that I get to be your wife. I cannot believe that you picked someone like me when you could have had any girl in the world. And I'm always gonna be there for you. You're my best friend. You are the person that I go to for everything. You know everything about me and my life. And you still accept me for who I am. And I want to do the same to you. I will always be here to listen. I will always be there to punch you in your arm when you get on my nerves. And I'm just always going to be here for you, no matter what the circumstance, no matter what you do. I will be right by your side.
Even though you've never practiced.
I feel like new sunglasses, like a brand new pair of jeans. I feel like taking chances. I feel a lot like 17. I feel like windows roll down new city streets and cabs. I feel like anything can happen in life, and you take me right back when we were kids. Never thought I'd feel like this. Like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone sees me dancing. Like I can fly and I don't even think of touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel when I'm with you. Brand new.
Turn it over to her. Brenna, take it away.
Hello everyone.
What? Can't hear you.
Hello. I've been completely and utterly nervous to make this speech and what I was going to say in it. Not because I'm scared of embarrassing Katie, because let's be honest, that's my favorite thing to do. But really when it comes down to it, I'm just so completely honored to be the one up here speaking as Katie's maid of honor. It just means the world to me. As far as being nervous for other maid of honor duties, I really haven't been. Katie and I have been friends for like 15 years, a long time, to say the least. And we were kayaking at her house to a little island about a mile away, and we get there and there's no CMs or gnats, whatever you want to call them, everywhere, like millions. Now, I'm not even kidding. It felt like a horror story because we were paddling back and we were trying not to we were trying to paddle so we would go faster away, but they were following us, and then they were flying in our eyes and our ears, and I thought I was gonna go nuts. I really did. And this was just one of the first stories of times that she's nearly killed me. But thankfully, Joey entered the picture to save us from the next story I'm about to tell, which he might be all too familiar with. But let me first start off by saying whoever assigned jobs at Camp Yankatank, bless their heart. Bless their dear heart. Because Katie was assigned the role of sailing instructor when she had only had a few lessons herself. And so she decided it was a great idea to take me sailing. And we ended up going in circles for about an hour. We couldn't get back to camp. I mean, we made it out just fine, of course, because that's how it always works. But and after circling a few times, we ended up like capsizing, sort of. And at one point, she fell off, and I managed to stay on. But then she had the wonderful idea to jump back on really fast, so I ended up going off the other side. And then not 2 minutes later, and not 15 feet from us, I saw a shark fin come out of the water, which she will claim was a stingray. Let me tell you, it was not a stingray. But we ended up getting washed ashore and then swimming back in shark-infested waters. And then Joey and his friend were left with the duty of going and retrieving the boat and bringing it back to camp safe and sound. But I guess the point of this story and what I'm trying to say is, Joey, good luck, my friend, because you're in for a heck of a ride. I knew pretty quick into the relationship that Joey was wearing this sweatshirt made out of husband material. And let me tell you why. It's because the first day I met him, Katie and Joey decided to do the 100 nugget challenge. And so we ended up going to McDonald's. We're in the drive-thru. And I had already eaten lunch, so I was not participating. But he asked me if I wanted anything, and I was like, yeah, mocha frappe would probably suffice. And I expected, like, you know, oh yeah, like what size you want, whatever. This man turns to the window and goes, large mocha frappe. And I was like, oh, yep, there it is. I knew. And Katie gave me this look, and she was like, oh, yeah, I know. And so, yeah, that's what I knew. But let's see, I lost my place. But in the end, I know that Joey is just as thankful to have her in his life that I am. She is just as stunning on the inside as I'm sure we all know she is on the outside. But I'm just so grateful for the friendship that I have with Katie. She's just as much a rock for me as I am for her. Maybe one of those kind of rocks that like condensates and cries a lot, you know what I mean? But she's my crying rock, and you know, maybe Joey's too, but all jokes aside, I have loved watching you grow into yourself, Katie, and become your own person, and one who isn't afraid to tell me the truth, even when it's hard, and one to shine that even though it's dark in either of our lives. And I love your willingness to sit down and write a book of a text message when I'm feeling down, or also just your willingness to sit on the phone with me and gossip all night long. And I'll never forget the moments where we were laughing so hard that no one can understand that we were saying what we were saying besides each other. I pray those moments never stop coming and that we will continue our arsenal of inside jokes forever. I'm so beyond happy for you, Katie. So here's a thank you for being my best friend and for honoring me with the privilege to be right by your side through this whole process. Through the stress, the tears, the planning, the overwhelming excitement, and especially for allowing me to be right next to you when you said I do. I love you, Katie. Cheers to you and Joey.
I immediately hated the man. He pulls up in a white van, no exhaust, so making it sound like he's got this souped up engine, but instead he's really just waking up everybody at camp. And he's got this Confederate flag flapping in the wind. Every now and then you see an arm come out the window trying to keep it attached to the car. Everything was falling off. But Joey, I saw that smile on his face, a crooked smile. A smile I didn't think I could trust. And I didn't for that first year. I came back to camp and I was like, man, I hope that guy's not back. First week, guess who I got to work with? Joey Ryan. Yep. We were in a cabin with about 16 kids, and they had gone to sleep somehow. I don't remember how we did that, but it's a miracle, yeah. Anyway, we're just laying in bed about to go to sleep, and he finally speaks up. He's like, so do you hate me? Nah. Do you like Step Brothers? Yeah, I love that movie. And so we started talking about a movie for about 3 hours, which is longer than the movie itself. And our friendship really just took off from there. It lasted until like 2 years later that I met Katie. And both of you were working at, well, you were volunteering at Camp Joey. And I actually got to work with Katie in sailing. So the one responsible for her sailing in circles was probably me, because I was the one who was supposed to teach her. So, yeah, you're welcome. But anyway, working there, I got to just know who both of them are. They're loving and caring people, even when you don't know it at first sometimes, because Joey, he's a blunt fellow. He will tell you what he thinks. And Katie, it takes a while for her to warm up to you. So you never know really where you stand. And this one time I did say something sarcastically, and I didn't know she thought I was serious, and so I didn't speak to her for 3 weeks, not because it was my intention or anything, but I didn't know she was upset. So when we spoke about it later on, she was immediately forgiving. And when Joey finally saw Katie, he had been through many girlfriends. Let's get this straight, all right? This man dated a lot of women in high school because he's a charmer. He is. But guess what? Deep down, he's a sweetheart. And immediately when he saw her, he told me, I'm gonna marry that woman. I didn't take that seriously because I knew Joey for who he was. But at that time, people, at that time, but Katie has made him the man who he is today. And for that, for their stubbornness for each other, for the grace they've even showed to me, I know that they showed even more grace to each other. And I know that because of those things, the willingness to fight for their friends, to fight for each other, and to show that loving compassion, their years are going to be blessed. And that's just something to praise God about and be forever thankful for. So, to Mr. and Mrs. Ryan.
Brand new. Like a young John Cusack, like making big mistakes. I feel like for the first time in a long time, I am not afraid. I feel like a kid. Never thought it'd feel like this. Like when I close my eyes and don't even care. Like I can fly, and I don't even think of touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel when I'm with you. Brand new.
Oh. Hey guys.
Back at it again.
You cannot go there.